Ozone layer. FAQs. What is ozone layer? The ozone layer or ozone shield is a region of Earth's stratosphere that absorbs most of the sun's ultraviolet (UV) radiation. It contains high concentrations of ozone O3 in relation to other parts of the atmosphere, although still small in relation to other gases in the stratosphere. The ozone layer contains less than 10 parts per million of ozone, while the average ozone concentration in Earth's atmosphere as a whole is about 0.3 parts per million. The ozone layer is mainly found in the lower portion of the stratosphere, from approximately 20 to 30 kilometers, 12 to 19 miles above Earth, although its thickness varies seasonally and geographically. 1. Where is the ozone layer located? The ozone layer is mainly found in the lower portion of the stratosphere from approximately 20 to 30 kilometers, 12 to 19 miles above Earth, though the thickness varies seasonally and geographically. Extra-ultraviolet B radiation reaching Earth also inhibits the reproductive cycle of phytoplankton, single-celled organisms such as algae that make up the bottom rung of the food chain. Biologists fear that reductions in phytoplankton populations will in turn lower the populations of other animals. Researchers also have documented changes in the reproductive rates of young fish, shrimp, and crabs, as well as frogs and salamanders exposed to excess ultraviolet B chlorofluorocarbons (CFCs), chemicals found mainly in spray aerosols heavily used by industrialized nations for much of the past 50 years, are the primary culprits in ozone layer breakdown. When CFCs reach the upper atmosphere, they are exposed to ultraviolet rays, which causes them to break down into substances that include chlorine. Facts. The chlorine reacts with the oxygen atoms in ozone and rips apart the ozone molecule. One atom of chlorine can destroy more than 100,000 ozone molecules, according to the U.S. Environmental. The ozone hole. Scientists had theorized since the 1970s about the chemistry that could lead to ozone depletion. But in May 1985, scientists with the British Antarctic Survey shocked the world when they announced the discovery of a huge hole in the ozone layer over Antarctica. Technically a substantial thinning of the ozone layer, the ozone hole has been opening every spring since the 1970s, the scientists reported. Their data, collected at the Halley Research Station in Antarctica, suggested that CFCs were to blame. That's because atmospheric conditions during the cold, dark, Antarctic winters were building stockpiles of CFCs over the South Pole. Returning spring sunshine would then spawn an abundance of free chlorine, depleting ozone levels above Antarctica by as much as 65%. Related, laughing gas biggest threat to ozone layer, study says. The hole over Antarctica. 2016. Ozone layer. Harming the ozone. The location of ozone. By Ahmad and Shazil. 7b.